Miyamoto Musashi. The name alone strikes fear, respect, and awe. The undefeated samurai, a master of combat, strategy, and discipline, who walked the path of war like no other. His legend spans centuries, and today we dive deep into his extraordinary life. Born in 1584 during Japan's tumultuous Sengoku period, Musashi grew up in a world of constant war and strife. From a young age, he was trained in the way of the sword. But unlike other samurai, he didn't just master traditional techniques. He reinvented them. His first duel happened when he was just 13 years old. His opponent? A seasoned samurai named Arima Kihei. Musashi, still a boy, accepted the challenge with nothing but a wooden sword. When the fight began, Arima struck first, but Musashi dodged, countered, and brutally beat his opponent to death. At 13, he had already tasted victory in battle. As Musashi grew, so did his reputation. By the time he was in his early 20s, he had fought and won over 60 duels, never once tasting defeat. His secret? A blend of unpredictability, cunning, and overwhelming skill. Unlike most samurai, Musashi often wielded two swords at once, a technique he called Niten Ichi-ryū, or the two heavens as one style. This gave him an unmatched advantage, allowing him to attack and defend simultaneously. But his duels weren't just fights. They were mind games. Take, for example, his legendary battle against Sasaki Kojiro. Kojiro was one of the most feared swordsmen in Japan, famous for his swallow cut, a strike so fast it was nearly impossible to block. When Musashi accepted the duel, he arrived hours late on purpose. Kojiro, enraged, discarded his scabbard in fury, and Musashi smirked. A true swordsman never throws away his scabbard unless he knows he won't need it again. The fight was over in seconds. Musashi dodged, countered, and struck Kojiro down with a wooden sword carved from a boat oar. Musashi wasn't just a duelist. He was a warrior on the battlefield. He fought in major conflicts, including the Battle of Sekigahara, one of Japan's largest and most decisive battles. Though on the losing side, Musashi survived, proving that he wasn't just skilled in one-on-one combat, but in full-scale warfare as well. The Yoshioka clan ran one of the most famous sword schools in Japan, and its leader, Yoshioka Seijuro, was considered an unbeatable master. When Musashi challenged him, the move was seen as arrogant, a young, wandering swordsman daring to fight a respected master. But Musashi wasn't just confident, he was calculating. On the day of the duel, he deliberately showed up late, a tactic he would use often to frustrate and unsettle his enemies. When Seijuro finally saw Musashi, he was already off balance mentally. The fight was over in a flash. Musashi struck Seijuro's shoulder with a single devastating blow, shattering the bones in his sword arm. He didn't kill him. He humiliated him. Seijuro was forced to retire as a warrior, shaving his head and becoming a monk. But the Yoshioka clan wasn't done yet. Enraged by their master's defeat, the clan sent Seijuro's younger brother, Yoshioka Denshichiro, to avenge their honor. This time, it was a fight to the death. Once again, Musashi arrived late, ensuring that Denshichiro was angry and impatient. The duel began, but Musashi, quicker and more precise, struck him down with a single fatal blow to the head. The second Yoshioka brother fell, and now the clan was desperate for revenge. Humiliated and facing ruin, the Yoshioka clan abandoned all honor and plotted to assassinate Musashi. They lured him to Ichijoji Temple for a supposed third duel, but this time it wasn't just one opponent waiting for him. It was an ambush of dozens of armed samurai. Musashi expected this. He arrived earlier than planned, hiding in the shadows and scouting the battlefield. Once he saw their trap, he struck first. With a long wooden staff, he attacked the Yoshioka leader, a mere child, the last heir of the clan, who had been dressed up as a warrior to save their family's honor. Musashi cut him down instantly, breaking the clan's legacy in one decisive moment. With their leaders dead and their school in ruin, the Yoshioka clan vanished from history. Musashi didn't just defeat them, he erased them. This battle cemented his reputation as not just a master swordsman, but a master tactician. But something changed in him as he aged. After years of relentless combat, Musashi began seeking something beyond the sword. He delved into strategy, philosophy, and art. He painted, sculpted, and eventually became a wandering hermit, refining his techniques and imparting wisdom to a select few students. The Book of Five Rings, Musashi's final teachings. In 1645, near the end of his life, Musashi wrote The Book of Five Rings, a legendary treatise on combat, strategy, and the warrior's mindset. But this book isn't just about sword fighting. It's a guide to mastering any form of conflict, whether in war, business, or life. The book is divided into 5 sections, each named after a natural element: earth, water, fire, wind, and void. The Earth Scroll lays the foundation, teaching the importance of mastering the basics and understanding the way of strategy. The Water Scroll emphasizes adaptability. Just like water takes the shape of its container, a warrior must be flexible in combat. The Fire Scroll focuses on aggression and taking initiative, striking first with overwhelming force. The Wind Scroll critiques other schools of martial arts, warning against rigid, dogmatic thinking. The Void Scroll explores intuition and enlightenment, the highest level of mastery, where a warrior acts without thought, flowing naturally in battle. To this day, Musashi's teachings are studied not just by martial artists, but by military strategists and business leaders alike. His principles of discipline, adaptability, and relentless practice continue to inspire those who seek mastery in their own fields. Miyamoto Musashi never settled, never softened, always remaining the warrior he was born to be. He died in 1645, but his legacy is immortal. His name is spoken with reverence, his techniques are studied, and his story continues to inspire warriors, thinkers, and strategists around the world. Musashi wasn't just a samurai. He was a force of nature. A man who defied tradition, dominated his enemies, and mastered the way of the sword like no other. If you found this story fascinating, hit that like and subscribe for more legendary tales from history.